Welcome to Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, with honestly a pretty chill remix on the menu. I kind of dig it. I'm going to ignore that. I clicked that and then I realized my audio balancing was off, so I didn't get too far. Welcome to your dream vacation. Before we get started, what shall we call you? Primus. I mean, after all, this is a dating sim. Don't want to get too formal with titles, you know. Still can't believe this game's real. Okay. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat, as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it up to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that, despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Whoa, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Primus. May I continue? Why is the ocean talking, and why is it so menacing? Please, go on. Okay then, as I was... As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Ugh. A decomposing face stares at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? And, alright. And this is where I realized my audio was off, so here's hoping it's good this time. What do I do here? I'm gonna close my eyes, take a moment, and gather myself. You close your eyes. This must be a nightmare, right? This isn't happening. This isn't happening. The mantra centers you, and you're briefly able to find peace. The lapping waves go silent, and for the first time in your entire life, it feels like you're in control. Oh, there was a lag spike there, I guess. You're in the exact same place, except now, that disgusting corpse face is smiling at you? Even the dead have a wondrous time on our island. I promise you will too. Don't worry, you're going to do just fine. We wouldn't want anyone else. Well, that was sure weird. That voice again? Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right. But you're pretty sure you remember learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation, as you feel something soft bump into your foot. That's a ball. When you look down, you see a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please. I'm sorry. I'm totally going to butcher all the voices. I want you guys to know that, and I'm so sorry. You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. Okay, we have the Huntress. The Wraith. The Spirit. And the Trapper. Alrighty then. Four gorgeous monsters standing halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy. A magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. This is already just no. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity. Fear. Desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know. Not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. I don't know why, but the use of the word desire just makes me think that the narrator is just Pinhead somehow. He's just there, sipping a pina colada, somehow telepathically narrating to you. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy monsters, though. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm for sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress. The question is, am I gonna regret this more than I regretted going through Sucker for Love? Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it would be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? Blech. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, they're looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Primus. You were made for this. Well, geez. If the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game by just showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here?
You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was Wraith. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not?
You know you can't. At least, not yet.
Oh yeah, not yet. Hey, Primus, you might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. Well, I've got some questions too, like, who greenlit this? Why? Why? But be warned. Answer quickly and answer well. This is a timed quiz. Oh no. Very important later. Very important. Or, not important to any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? I've never thought of myself as attractive. Whoa, watch it. That's bullshit. You're beautiful. You hear me? If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Probably strength. Super strength would be cool. Strength isn't all about muscles. True strength is up here. You expect oh wait. Oh, that was Trapper. I'm sorry, I caught that. Strength isn't in muscles. True strength is up here. You expect Trapper to point to his head, but instead he taps one of his bulging shoulders. It's specifically in these muscles. Nobody gives a shit about your calves.
What was your best subject in school?
I was better at history, but I was an English person. History?
Nice. It's important to know what came before so that we are not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. We will anyway, but still.
What's favorite animal? I'm a cat person. Definitely a cat.
What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think that just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell.
What's your favorite color? Blood red. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain.
What's your dream job?
I have no clue, honestly. If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? Honestly, entertainer of some sort.
It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder.
Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. Best flavor of ice cream. No mint chocolate chip, are you serious? Chocolate, I guess. My favorite flavor is pain!
Same here.
Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived, myself. But enough about ice cream, am I right?
I wasn't mint chocolate chip a flavor. Game, please.
Hold on a second. This reminds me, I am right. Anyways, always, it is a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip.
We're teaching lessons now, narrator?
You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip.
So obedient.
I think you're gonna do just fine. I think mint chip is better anyways. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them.
I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on the whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Rafe.
Hi, I'm Rafe. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots.
Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part.
Okay? Jeez, it's it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Please. There are only so many memes I can make here. Oh no, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's a lot of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is,
Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean.
Grow up.
Grow a body.
I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it.
Whatever, fog body.
That's not nice.
He's not nice.
You love it.
Only sometimes.
You. Really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it.
Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually.
For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough.
If we're done playing, let's go do something else instead.
Wow. For once, I actually agree with the meathead.
I say we go on my yacht. It's the massive it's the massive boat docked nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power.
Wraith rolls his eyes.
Don't mind him. He just hates fun and happiness.
No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly, and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful.
Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you serious? Are all of you serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun.
You and me both. That's the volleyball. It'd be great to relax for a second at the lounge.
To kick your feet up, look out over the ocean, and relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying a cool drink on a hot day? It's the best! I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever?
Oh, this is too funny.
Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer.
Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. Oh no.
Hold on.
For just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activity coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only hope remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyways, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing.
However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised.
We don't have much autonomy around here.
The least you can do is allow us to do our job.
The most you can do is help us get all this out.
Yeah, pardon me. Please, follow us.
Hey, narrator? Yes, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Them? Oh no. No, I think you're mistaken. It seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off the island. Oh, right. Yes, that's true, he was. But he just meant he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here. It has much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter. Mostly. When I agree with them. Not like that other island. So what'll it be? I mean, I'm still down to go to the lounge.
Finally, freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match.
Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone.
I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everybody already knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap. And when that didn't work, I tried whining, and when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on the island. But turns out I'm not the first to toss those kinds of threats around here. So thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we each threatening to kill are we threatening to end each other again?
Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper.
Please, just make it quick. Is what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams. Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Yeah, right. So, what will you be having?
Scotch on the rocks. Hey, like today, I could use something strong. Scotch on the rocks. Claudette uncorks a very expensive-looking bottle of top-shelf liqueur and pours you a glass.
Do enjoy.
Who would drink that? Smells like kerosene.
You need to embrace the burning.
The burning?
Oh yeah.
Why would you embrace that? Burning is... Wraith stifles a sob. No, I can't even think about it.
Well then don't. No skin off my back, you weirdo. Come to think of it. Strong, expensive, better the longer you leave it locked in the basement. Scotch is the best.
Trapper guzzles half the bottle and burps. It'd be disgusting if it wasn't so... No, disgusting is exactly what it is.
Since we fulfilled your requests, it's time for you to
return the favor. Dang it. It's weird. It seems to double click sometimes.
icebreaker time! I swear, had I known they'd pull this kind of faux enthusiastic community building crap, I would have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I set foot near this pond.
You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind. I hate it. This sucks, but it could be fine. Or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? I've literally never seen him in a hat.
If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm no nerd.
He thinks a certain someone doth protest too much.
Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books. Novels, comics, fiction, or non. Reading is the only real escape from the inescapable horror of life. The escape into your own mind.
A groan rolls through the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I'd imagine, based on that response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking.
Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you. Primus, what's your desert island book? The one book you'd bring with you if you were, well, on an island like this.
My desert island book, huh? One book makes it a bit more difficult, because most of the ones I'm thinking are, like, in multiple. Honestly, I'm probably going to say, because we actually have a copy of the Lord of the Rings trilogy in one book, so I'm going to say that, Lord of the Rings. Oh.
And it has to be classic horror for reasons that should be obvious.
I've got a book full of every story from H.P. Lovecraft, does that count? She means because this is an island of horror villains, and also those books are all in the public domain.
Nothing too modern. Humanity has gotten soft these past 100 years, so what's your favorite?
No Call of Cthulhu?
Ah, man.
I guess I'd have to go Dracula. Dracula is a classic that's still spooky. Be seduced by some beautiful stranger, only to learn later on that they're an immortal villain. Downright
Thrilling? That despite the deviant behavior of Dracula, and the threat of the possible danger or even death that he poses, you can't help but get turned by the liberation from the status quo that he represents?
Same here.
So what if some old doctor says he's a bad boy? You're supposed to reek like garlic and sleep alone? Who did they think would buy into that? If you're going to be forced to be trapped in the nightmare that is undead life eternal, which I know a little something about, you could do a lot worse than great clothes, a castle, and a lover who doesn't take shit from anyone. The scariest part of Dracula is thinking that no one will ever be quite as interesting to make love to as a vampire.
Okay then. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else.
I think it's time to make up some new stories of our own.
Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her half-mask covered eye.
Might I suggest something a little... a little naughty? Let's all get in a circle and spin this bad boy.
Oh, great idea! Trickster? Isn't it a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one who gets to make the rules, so... I'm not sure who I'm asking. But I wasn't ready for this.
Well, hello. And who's this new fan in the waiting?
Beat it, hack!
I don't know. What's the harm in inviting a +1 to join the circle?
Oh, I can't stay. I was just saying that it's a great idea while also teasing the secret trickster ending. I've got much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap. Spit, that is. Now let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're here to have a good time, but in a classy way. Oh, Can I go back? Can I go back to dealing with Lynetta and Esther? I don't. Yes, romance is the goal, so we'll be waiting here in complete silence, trying to listen in and use our imagination. Like adults with romantic, well-adjusted adults. Ramus, you're up. Put your fate in the hands of the empty bottle gods. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction, and on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. This here upcoming minigame is a special minigame, perfect for the less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. Plus, if it doesn't stop where you want to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Anyways, away we go. Spin the bottle. How do I... Do I have to click the stop button, or... Hey! You got spirit! You two are meant to be. Psych! You actually have to spin multiple times to get your real result. First one to get 3 times is your true match.
That's how we play hardcore spin the bottle on this here island.
Now get your spin on. Trapper! Uh-oh. No! Anyone but Trapper! No! God, please, no! Huntress! Spirit! I'm like so scared to click stop. Wraith! Wraith! Well, not okay. Just this morning, you were waking up on a strange beach, surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach towel at Wraith. Well, Lynetta, help me. Lynetta! Lynetta! Esther? Auntie Nyan Nyan? Someone, please! Please help me! He begins to reach for you, putting his hands on your shoulder. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way. You're sweating in the gross way you sweat at an interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. Look, you're great, but also terrifying. I want to be kissed by you, but, well, I'm not entirely sure how. Is that sad? Great, now I'm sad. Well, if the tropical shorts fit. make me happy to be around, I think. Still so new. Oh, this, really? Huge. Come on. I could get you to know you know, in theory. Sure doesn't sound, painful. So then for now, Wraith reaches out and gives you a vigorous handshake. Alright, I'm okay with this. We're acquaintances going on friends. Going on lovers? I'm sorry. Great handshake, by the way. Nice and firm. Really? Truly.
I hate to break up such a passionate moment. That we only assume was passionate because we'd never spy on you constantly while you stay on the island. Oh, that we only assume was passionate because we never spy on you constantly while you stay on the island.
A dinner is being served right away, and we must insist that you join us.
We wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation.
But there are so many more interesting things to die from. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You're right at the cookout area. You find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat. There's very limited seating directly around you. And, oh great, horrific. It seems like everyone wants to sit next to you. You'd better that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprised? Well, they don't call him Expected Stir? I'm sorry. Even I get nervous around crowds of killers. And my whole shit gets a little flustered. Hey there, Primus. Oh, so hey there, you're looking good, Primus. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You'd probably think it was an error, but it's not. It's completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay. Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms.
Now that everyone's seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully, with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit.
We all hope you enjoy. We really, really hope you do.
Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating?
It's meat.
Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge.
Is this a nod to the fact that the people that made this also made the KFC one? Because that's brilliant. My favorite.
Meat is good.
Meat is murder.
Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now?
I'm just sharing facts. And you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true.
Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat.
Hey, Primus, you thinking what I'm thinking? I don't even know what you're thinking. My head is empty. Just pure confusion and regret. It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. Dredge, no! I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there was one, probably on that other fancier island.
When you look closely at the spit, You spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. Is there anything else to eat?
This took 12 hours.
And we do literally everything on this island.
Apparently, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal.
Wow, he's right for a change, because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain.
First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood.
Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough! Grow up! Obviously my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs?
The hell it is.
Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like.
Please stop. I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azeroth.
Great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death.
Hey, Primus. I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean, dinner. Oh, that's beautiful. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold.
He hated when it got cold.
Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Okay, clockwise direction. What target are you gonna be pointing at? Oh boy, spacebar time, huh? I got it. Ready?
That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb.
Perfect!
Dinner
Not
is
bad.
finally served.
For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them.
Oh, nasty.
Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell, I mean.
Come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones that have been working their asses off to make this night perfect.
Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they all just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry?
The two best things about being dead is not having to eat.
That's only one thing.
Number two is no number two.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut in my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore.
Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse, they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? Sorry, actually, it's not the food or company. I'm just super self-conscious how I look when I eat. I was just pretending to be grossed out by dinner so I'd have an excuse not to chew in front of everyone. Sorry if that made things awkward. I'm actually extremely hungry.
Yeah, watching people eat is gross, but try to relax and not worry about what everyone thinks.
It's so important to always remember people are watching you, judging you, definitely not ignoring you, right? Guys, is anyone listening to me? Typically, a group that includes one, if not more, cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins would be quite scary. However, right now, you're barely able to keep your head up, let alone get scared and run away. I'm a narrator, not a physician, so please don't take this as medical advice, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive.
Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean.
Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it.
I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse.
Starting things over and having to fast forward back to where you were. Am I right? Oh god, I went through so much of that with Hooked on You. Not Hooked on You, I'm sorry. That's the game I'm currently playing. I went through so much of that with Sucker Along.
For this place holds many, many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth.
Vague. Mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth.
Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside of me that we're all truly insignificant.
And the only thing worth pursuing is revenge!
You have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else?
You look out into the darkness of the night and ponder her question.
Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness?
Maybe it's Spirit's words, maybe it's the ocean, or maybe it always has been this way, but you suddenly feel connected to the Spirit's words. I may not remember much about my life before, but there's one thing I do know to be true. I've always been alone. And I always will be. Spirit has turned from looking at the ocean and is looking directly at you now. Funny idea, isn't it? Being alone.
Together? It's the best we can hope for.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's too much to hope for.
Maybe it's impossible?
Pretend that we know anything? Is that just arrogance? I was so dumb. So busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I didn't take care of myself. And now, I'm all I've got. First of all, I got distracted from my true purpose. My destiny. The purpose that was sitting inside of me my whole life. Okay, so, this might sound a bit silly, but...
Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach. When she's convinced that it's only you two, she continues.
There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid.
You're not stupid, that sounds badass.
Right? But I didn't let it out. And then I, chop, and now that dragon is pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside of you, stranger?
I really don't know. I'd kill to have a dragon. I mean, a dragon sounds awesome. Honestly, though, I just don't feel like I've got really much of anything inside of me at all. Just darkness, never ending. And here I thought Spirit was the biggest goth on the island until you arrived.
Perhaps I could light a torch and search through that darkness.
Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you, and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette, sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads.
It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled.
Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities.
That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late.
Playing sick? No, no time for excuses.
Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes.
After the flirt.
Go, go, go!
Oh, this is... Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement.
We're not gonna blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind time for evening activities. And we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story.
Just one story? But story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who?
Oh great, we have to decide as a group? That never goes well.
Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss.
Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone, I think they're talking about me. Honestly, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out? Been there before. Even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick on the newbie?
Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule? Even once?
Damn it, Donald. If you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in its blood, Cynthia. Buzz and muscle back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice.
We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about.
Trapper's voice is killing me.
Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us.
I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. We still gotta get started on story time, so...
Primus, who do you think should go? Damn it, that's a name.
Please, pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. You know, I kind of want to go down the spirit route, but Wraith seems like a bro. Go ahead, Wraith. Whoa. Oh, this entire... Okay. I said my own thing instead of the actual line. Rip. I'm not really one for scary stories. Life is scary enough as it is.
You literally carry around a skull and spine as your little prop.
As the other killers laugh, Wraith holds up the skull and gazes into its hollow, dark eye sockets. Ooh, this remake slaps. I like the soundtrack for this game. If you're looking for something Shakespearean in this story, look elsewhere. This is a tale of madness, of staring at the soul of death, and never returning. Once upon a time, A young man worked at a junkyard. The man was quiet, kept to himself, just wanted to avoid trouble. While the boss dealt with clients, the young man operated the crusher, turning old cars into cubes of twisted metal. One day, right before crushing a car, he noticed something. Blood. Drip, drip, dripping from the trunk. He opened it and found a frightened stranger, bound and gagged. The young man reeled. Was he about to accidentally murder this stranger? How could this have happened? He freed the stranger, who ran off into the waiting arms of the boss, the owner of the junkyard. Before his shaken employee could tell him about the mistake they had nearly made, the boss took out a knife and swiftly slit the stranger's throat. The young man fell to his knees, unable to comprehend what was happening. As he stared at the ground, too shocked to cry, the boss approached him. What did you do? He asked the boss. I did your job for you. What do you mean? That's not my job. My job is to crush the cars. The boss let out a miserable scoff, his face contorting in evil disdain for the pathetic wretch in front of him. Why do you think we're crushing these cars? To save space? Who do you think my clients are? I don't know, mumbled the young man. Yes, you do, screamed the boss. Deep down, you've always known what was happening here. You just didn't want to admit it to yourself. Your hands aren't clean. My clients gave me money, and I take care of their problems, eliminate their witnesses, tie up their loose ends. Or actually, you do. Oh, the young man whimpered as the boss towered above him. Yes, you're nothing more than an executioner, and you've reaped hundreds of souls. The young man's body shook with soft spasms as he tried to stop crying. It was when the boss started laughing that something happened. Something in that young man changed. He stood up, now taller than the boss. A faint glimmer of fear overtook the snarl on the older man's face. The young man's face was empty. Empty as he grabbed the boss's throat and dragged him to the car in the crusher. Empty as he picked up the boss and stuffed him inside. Empty as he slammed the trunk down on him, his stupid fat head sticking out, begging for mercy. Empty as he started the machine, staring at the boss and its sniveling, crying, wet face. Empty as he grabbed the boss's head, dug his fingers in further, piercing the skin. Empty as he squeezed and pulled. Empty as he heard bones popping and snapping. But when the boss's head, still attached to his spine, pulled cleanly out of its disgusting sack of a body, he smiled. Wraith stares back into the eye sockets of his skull. It doesn't matter how good you are, how innocent, how kind, how full of love you once were. When you look into the eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. An awkward silence falls upon the room until...
These voices are killing me.
That poor young man. I wonder what happened to him. I mean, I already know, because, but hey, in the story I don't know, so. Oh, yeah, we may never know. Well, wherever he is, I hope he's okay. I can't tell, but I think Wraith just smiled. Sorry, but it's just weird to see him do it. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a bit so they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up, and he's blaring his latest song.
Hey, baby. You look lonely. Mind if I join you?
He doesn't wait for an answer.
I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby.
The Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Wraith approaches you. Hey, I'm probably not making a great impression, because, I guess that's not really my thing. I just know that if you got to know me, then, I mean, look, the others aren't around. And I really hate the fire pit. I just kinda hate fire in general. Maybe we could go back to the pool? And like, I don't know, whatever, you know.
A dip in the pool with the Wraith? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow him. An offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk.
You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, I'm the fool. Into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Hey, do you remember my story?
You mean the one you just told, like, a minute ago?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What did you think, of the young man in the story? Do you think he's weird?
No. Not really, no.
That's not the answer I wanted. No! Wait, how far back did I reset? The game did not tell me that was gonna be... Okay. I'd forgive him. What happened to him wouldn't make anyone snap. And who knows what happened in the past to lead him to that point. He was just trying to, live a good life. Yes, that's all he wanted, was to be good. Oh, that makes sense. Did the young man remind you of anyone? Yes and no. I think that's what makes it a great story. Unique and surprising, but relatable and familiar. I think we all know someone like that young man, and I think we all have a little bit of him inside of us. Yep. Wraith giggles, not in a gross way, like you're thinking, but a very silly one. I assume he's just imagining a tiny little version of himself dancing around in his own belly, because that's just who he is. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly. Is it cold in this water? I feel like my toes are turning into ice cubes. Wraith seizes up and squeezes his eyes shut. Please, I can't be around any cube talk. Not since, I heard that story from somebody else a long time ago. The story you just told us 2 minutes ago. Exactly. The one that wasn't about me.
Usually we'd be nervous that we were about to make things awkward when we barge in. But obviously we couldn't hold a candle to whatever's happening here tonight. Either way, it's time for bed.
For you, but not for us. After you go to sleep, that's when we party. After spending all day cooped up in those tight little safari-themed resort uniforms, you just know those two rage late into the night. But you're not here to party with them. You've got your own repressed relationships to tend to. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Wraith's story about the young man who found out he was part of a sinister plot. What don't you know about your current situation? Is it something that will terrify you? Something that will make you snap? What if you look into the eyes of evil? And what if you like it? Before you dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive, their now familiar creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see them smile like that, lit by firelight.
We must apologize for the accommodations.
We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket, and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire.
Perhaps the music will put you at ease?
Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types that you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Wait, what? My pleasure. Oh, okay, it's another minigame. Okay. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. Let's see what's on this station. Menacing. Honestly, I do kind of dig this. See what else there is. That's some pretty good chase music. It's on 94. Is that the Ash version of the theme? Pretty sure that's the version of the Ash, like the Ash version of the Dead by Daylight theme that played at the end of the trailer. So did we finally get a full version of that? That's cool. So 96? That was close.
All right, let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being inspired by the game to write music or to make outfits.
No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? I have a bad feeling about this. I regret this instantly. Spirit. I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret. From falling asleep when she's feeling restless.
I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores.
Really?
What? Even the dead like to relax.
I don't really have any of those things around. Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small cone carved from bamboo.
I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though. And if you lose it, well...
You'll get your revenge on me?
if it's the last thing I do.
You finally start to feel sleepy. Except, maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're just paralyzed. You're just trying to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky by now. You've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd.
The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that. Even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you like. You'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to.
You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Huntress is rifling through your pockets.
Oh, you're awake. I wasn't stealing from you. Merely trying to get to know you better by seeing what sort of trinkets you keep close. I saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. Look, I'm not saying I don't trust them, but, well, yes, I am saying that. I don't trust anyone I don't already have tied up. So I was trying to make sure they didn't do anything fishy. And I was making sure you're not a soldier. Soldiers killed my father, you know. Well, I've got you. You really should consider spending some more time with me. I'm not scary.
You're not?
Not at all. I'm just a lost girl on Big Island. I've been watching you since you got here, you know. Not in a creepy way.
Huntress pauses for a long moment.
Alright, in a charmingly creepy way. I've noticed how fun-loving you seem. If you spend some time with me tomorrow, maybe I'll take you to this special place I've found. It's all mine. None of the other killers have been able to find me there. It's quiet and isolated. Maybe I'll even show you how to make beef stroganoff.
That all sounds very enticing.
I'll let you get back to bed. It's been a long day. Shh.
Huntress places a gigantic hand on your forehead, and your eyes flutter closed. Finally alone. For real this time. Maybe. You drift off to sleep. Again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. What a cursed game. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez. It is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all of the contestants talk directly to the camera.
Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since Mother died. I eat an all-organic diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. But there's always time to turn things around. Like that one time I spent day and night searching for food in vain, only to return to my cabin, spent and starving, to find a family of squirrels nesting in my chimney. They were delicious.
If I'm being honest, I just want to kill just about every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even the few people I can tolerate, I want to see them suffer for a long time before I kill them. But this person, for some reason I'd like them to continue living. For now. One false step and, well, everyone called me Trapper for a reason. They better call me Trapper. I swear, if I watch this later and you list me as Evan, I'm gonna kill the Chiron guy.
Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself or really, invest in something that might hurt me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. Or maybe they'll realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what'll happen. I got to learn to go easy on myself. Who could love me if I can't love myself?
I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. The cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, or at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help.
You open your eyes. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great, totally well rested.
Well, you know,
Hey, I hope that the same goes for all of you, because this is the end of the episode. Until next time, this has been Proselyte Primus.